Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 53 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and here we have our players today. Same as always, we have Kyle, Matt, Josh, Abby, and Krista. Sadly, we don't have Frank here with us today, but we all like when I try to do Tordrek's voice, and then my mom can call me and tell me I did a bad job.
Oh, yay.
That's where we are with that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
She's like, I feel like you could try hard.
Thanks, Mom.
That's what moms only want, for you to try better.
She
Harder.
just wants me to try. She's like, you could try.
Jeez. Ouch.
I'll give us a quick recap, and then I think we are ready to jump into things. Left on a slightly dejected yet excited note for some people. Depends on the person, really. Some people very upset. Some people doing pretty good. We started after the weapons competition, which Gorbjorn had won. He goes and shakes hands with Vandeel Strormer, talking about that he'd love to fight mano a mano. And Vandeel would be happy to do that if he is able to get away again for a period of time, which, with his amount of children, may or may not be possible. Couple party members run after Gaza to ask her some questions about Freyroon. And like, what's her name? Saga. You know, what's her name?
Hi.
Now,
Saga runs after Alec because she thinks he looks sad. And she was right. He is the new chief of Arentoth, and he doesn't seem to have an issue with the new power because he's had that the whole time. He's had that for a while. But maybe he asked Dagwood to help take care of his father, who was not doing so well, and to give him some decency. And Saga replied that sounds like a sacrifice, and that Lady Sater's there for him. Nana, Nana and Fen do some trippy eye drops and go into the void, where Lady Sater basically says, "Who gave you the audacity?" And then you guys are
fucking
right
nobody.
back out.
Right. Sorry.
Also, Gorbjorn has a conversation with Agnet about the scars on her back, and talks about how they were ambushed transferring merchants to Hoygercliff from the capital.
Hoygercliff.
Hoygercliff. Well, hey, everybody, welcome to Hoygercliff. It's me, your boy. Your Hoygercliff boy.
It's me, your hoy.
It's me, Jillian the Hoy from Hoygercliff. And then the next day, all of you decide, well, most of you decide to attend the signing of the peace treaty, which seems to get a little wonky because there's a point where it goes from a casual conversation inside, from what you can hear, to a very intense conversation with people yelling at each other. At that point, Nana is called inside, informed that Gothia Tumnus has decided that he will not sign the peace treaty, and that he is going to step down, and that he thinks his replacement should be Egil. And the Jarl asks Nana if that's a good idea. And pretty quick on the draw, Nana agrees. She thinks that Egil would be a great replacement, which means that she kept up her end of the verbal agreement for getting food to Galunder during the winter. Hertha agrees with her. There seems to be a bit of disjointed emotions in the room. Nana is sent back out. Egil is called in. They all later emerge with a signed contract, some very upset looking chiefs, and a very excited looking Egil. And that's when the party strikes. That's when Mission Ghostbuster goes into play.
Woo!
A beautiful speech, and then goes to banish evil from this place. And all he gets in return is a sneeze. Freyroon and Nadia stand tall and begin outwards with the Jarl to get some drinks to celebrate. the new signing of this treaty. And currently, everybody is still sort of in this area. Eagle has just walked over to Roshan. He says, I have some very exciting news. And that is where we left off, is with Eagle smiling wide. Like Roshan, he always has a smile on his face. That's usually there. This one seems very genuine and just like very excited. And he looks to you. You are currently looking at the new interim chief of Olafsfeller. And because my name's on that fucking contract, they're not going to want to do this again. And he grabs you by the face and kisses you.
Nana gives a little golf clap.
Yay.
Like, yeah, you know,
wow.
Galunder will be fed and Roshan gets a kiss. I guess this is fine.
Nana's like, this is our happy ending. I'll take it. If this
I'll
is
take
I'll
it.
take it.
I'll take it. We don't starve. Roshan gets to kiss his boyfriend. It's fine.
Whew.
Whoo!
I love it when shit works out.
Congratulations. Sorry.
I'm surprised you didn't tell me this morning.
I didn't want to jinx it. And no offense, you look very tired, and I did not want to make you nervous for me.
Thank you, I suppose.
Well, you're certainly invited to the party. All of you are invited.
Wow, wow, wow.
Are we celebrating at Island Life?
Of course. So
And
I can
why
make
not?
it perfect.
All right, well, I don't want to wait out here in the cold anymore.
Neither do I. It is frigid this morning. Let's away.
Valder has made his way over to you, Nana, kind of surveying the scene. There are some chiefs still around. The Jarl and Freyroon are, you can see them like walking in the distance. As Valder makes his way over, Eagle turns his attention to you, Nana. Miss Nana, I owe you my appreciation for your kind words about me in there.
I believe that you would be equal to the task of leading that town, and I trust that you will fulfill that expectation.
Of course,
You've
of
shown
course.
no indication you will fall anywhere short, as yet, and I believe in you.
Thank you. As a law-abiding citizen, I hope to do my best to continue as such, and continue support for Glunder, which, with my new station, is very supported.
That is very much appreciated. The hospitality will, of course, be mutual.
And, you know, some things don't exactly come easy, and I understand that. And he takes a glance, like, over and watches, like, the Jarl and Freyroon walking away. Valder is kind of backed off from the conversation, seeing as it has taken, like, a low tone. He started making his way over and then stopped. He leans into whoever's in his bubble, which kind of seems like it might be Nana, Roshan, and Saga, at least in closest proximity. And he leans in. You know, there's a lot of things I could have done to get this position. I could have threatened him. I could have killed him. Plenty of fucking ways to do what I want, to get the outcome I want. But that's messy, and I've said that many a time, that we try to avoid violence as best we can, and I can say this. And he smiles. Blackmail can make a man do anything. Even a chief.
To it
And
makes
he
sense.
smiles.
We are
Keep that
all
in
of us
mind.
but mortal, fallible, no?
Oh, Tomness very fallible. So it's going to take a hot minute for the party to set up. I'm going to tell you that ahead of time. I, once again, didn't want to be too cocky and then just have a sad party. But Roshan, I would love you to be able to enjoy the party. You can head back, and I think it's probably a good idea for you to take a nap, perhaps. And let me tell you this, maybe maybe take off tonight. I've had a lot of the boys talking to me, asking if they could, if there was a way for them to make more money, a little more pocket change. And I have a lot of people interested at working at the inn.
That would free up some of your time, Roshan.
That's a very good idea. And Roshan, like, takes a peek to see where Astra, I don't have to say her Jarl name right now.
She's not.
Inside my own head, I don't have to say her Jarl name.
She is starting to become a blip in the distance.
Okay.
She is on the move.
It does make me very nervous that those two are talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried.
Well, that's good. Yes, I'll speak to my aunt and then I'll go take a nap.
Of course. I think that's a great idea. And I will wake you up. Scout's honor.
Thank you.
Of course. Do as you will. And he just kind of, you can just see the energy radiating off of him of just, it all came together.
Yeah, he loves it when a plan comes together. Yeah.
It's real good. He looks almost giddy. Like he's suppressing it a bit, but he's a little excited about it. And you can see over closer to the longhouse, you can see Vandeel is talking to Dylan. And you can see Vandeel looks pissed. He looks very upset.
Oh.
And he turns his attention from Dylan, who you can see is trying to make like very calming gestures, like talking like very softly to him, like very like it's okay. And you watch Vandeel turn and he makes a beeline towards Hertha.
Oh boy. Golly. Okay. Where is Hertha? Is she off?
Hertha is still currently like in the proximity of the longhouse. She is still here, and Vandeel makes it to her pretty quickly with his long leg span. And he does not make a physical move on her because that would be incredibly rude.
Yeah.
But he is much taller than her, stands very close, and is leaning down so that he can like whisper to her, but you can like hear the gruff edge of it. And you see Hertha is standing as straight as she physically can to give herself as much height as possible. And as Vandeel whispers to her, it's hard to hear. And she maintains eye contact with this man talking very close to her face. Chief Stormer, and she talks at normal volume. She does not whisper in return. I won't be scolded like a child. In my own town, back up.
Nana is watching this encounter carefully and quietly. She's ready to scoot over there if she needs to help support Hertha, help to de-escalate the situation. She's kind of eyeballing Dylan as well, seeing if he's kind of making moves to do the same.
Yeah, Dylan is slowly like making his way over to his father. He is not like rushing over, but he is moving over. And you watch as Hertha and Vandeel maintain eye contact for just a breath more. And he nods and he takes a step back and he turns and he goes in the direction of Freyroon and the Jarl. And then you watch as Hertha like does like a long exhale, like, okay. And then like relaxes a bit.
Would like to go over there and kind of check on her. Is everything all right?
Of course, he's just not a fan of the decision.
Seemed not.
You know, it's not like his relationship with Ave or Strick, but Gothia Tumnus has always sort of been involved in this, and he feels as if he knows him, and to replace him with somebody he doesn't know, I think is a bit of a shift for him.
That would make sense. Is there anything that any of us might be able to do? He seems to have bonded somewhat with some of us through some of the competitions.
I think we're okay.
All right.
I don't think there's going to be a problem.
Okay. Let me know if there's any interference I can run, any intelligence I can pick up for you.
Of course. I'm going to go back home. I'm going back home to Erling.
I think that's a good idea. Please give him my love.
Of course. She gives one look over to Eagle, and Eagle gives her like almost a bow, just a bow of the head. And she turns and starts to head out.
Okay. Where's Valder been through this? Has he been hanging close, or has he gone on to join the Jarl?
Valder is pretty close.
Okay.
He's kind of been hanging back. He looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's understandable. Nana will kind of like head over towards Valder and sort of inquire, is there anything that I can do for you?
There is.
Name it.
You've told me a great deal, and I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You told me that that man over there tried to kill you, or abduct you, or whatever it was, in regards to the bounty that was placed upon you.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I hear from both of your mouths is that you supported him in there.
Yes. There's reason for that.
I hope so.
If it's all right by you, I should like to speak about it in more private quarters later.
All right.
I will tell you what you need to know. Anything you like.
Okay. I'm gonna go check on my sister.
I think that's best.
And then he gives you a nod, kind of just like a soft, exasperated sigh, and he makes his way to try and cover some ground to catch up with Astra.
Nana can't help but kind of do the same and sort of return back to the party bubble and kind of like look around the party, kind of check in with everyone, see where we're all at.
Yeah, you can see Tordrek looks dejected.
Poor boy.
He did his best.
He did. Nana kind of like puts a
and
hand
it
on his
did not
shoulder.
work.
It's all right.
Yeah. What do we do now?
Yeah.
What was it that I could tell, I could feel? There was something about her. Something I thought I ought to be able to see, but could not. I was prevented.
Oh, those tattoos definitely did something. That's what
What?
did it, I think.
What did they do?
They're like protection tattoos. They keep everything in, and so we couldn't get in because it was already protecting it. It's like a lock on a door. You need to unlock the lock before you can open the door. It's two things. It's two barriers.
Huh.
Yeah.
And it's imprinted on her skin.
Yeah, okay. That's the problem. Not sure about that.
A silence hangs in the air, just the sound of the wind. Not sure what to do about that.
We'll have
What
to
if
think
I
this-
asked her if she wants new tattoos? I could.
I have a feeling that perhaps that might show our hand a little too much. They might not know that we noticed.
Oh, you're right.
I would like to chime in real fast. She was staring right at me while I did what I did, and it seems like she noticed.
All right. So, we're going to need to think this over. Somewhere that isn't this cold. What do you all say to us regrouping at Island Life, maybe talking things over for a while Roshan rests up and figure out what we're going to do next?
That sounds good.
Someone should probably rouse Gorbjorn.
Yes, very likely. Oh dear.
Oh, he's not. Oh,
No, he has not joined us this morning, Saga. I have a sneaking suspicion he and someone else are probably sharing a bed somewhere, presumably in the inn, which is presumably why you and Fen are still sleeping in my house.
Oh, then I know where he is. I'll go get him.
Oh, thank you, Tordrick.
And
Bless
he
you.
pulls out like a long handkerchief, and he like tries to see if he could like tie it around his own eyes, and he's like, and then he makes a beeline to the Hartsville Inn.
Perfect.
Roshan, you have already left with Eagle. Is that what I am picking up on to go start your nap, or were you here for this?
No, he was gone. I think he was going to go speak to his aunt.
Yeah, because Tordrick is jogging. He eventually will catch up to you. So both of you make your way.
Huzzah.
Make your way there. It is verging towards afternoon now. That was a long meeting, a long time of you guys sitting outside that longhouse. So your
Stiff,
aunt
cold
is
bones.
up, and it looks like she's sort of prepping things, just starting to clean things.
Yeah, Roshan will approach and say, Auntie Frigga, I know it's bad timing, but I need to take a couple nights off until the Jarl leaves town.
She looks around at the empty room. And what do I do about the lack of hands?
Egil said he's got a couple people who want to make a...
She sighs and then like starts
Aw.
to nod like she's already heard this.
Oh.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've had a lot of people show up asking if they could work, and
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, no, I have somebody who works, and I don't have to pay them, and they leave and then they come back. But if you need time, you should take it.
I just think it'll be good to lay low for until she's gone.
She looks around the room again. Tordrick has jogged past and he's like going to the stairs to go to the room where Gorgorn is.
Be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I'll ask later.
That's better time than now.
Right. Well, sure. Like an outreach program only working with criminals. She mumbles under her breath.
Does she lump Roshan in with that?
We can take it as we'll take it.
Oh no!
He will give her a hug and then leave and catch up with Egil outside and give him a thumbs up for the fresh help.
That's great. I know they'll be very excited. I gotta say, they are not fans of guard work because they're not guards. Honestly, they'd rather wait a table than continue to sit on that bench and stare into the void.
Well, tell them you'll be very disappointed if they sully my name.
I mean, I think they know that. Come on, I think I have something that might help you sleep. Don't go into it. It's fine.
I don't need anything to help me sleep. I was just nervous about today.
Okay. I'll just confirm that it's like chamomile is what I'm offering.
Oh,
In that vein of a gift.
the mildest drug.
That would be appreciated.
Okay. All right.
Dealing that hard chamomile.
Let's go. And like I said, I will wake you up when you need waking up. And he will walk with you back to island life. Tordrick comes into the room, blindfold on. Is it safe? Agnet is fully up and all, like she.
Is she naked?
Of course, 100%.
Hell yeah!
She gets up, instantly reaches for a weapon, sees it's Tordrick, makes just like a grunt and just like falls back on the bed. Gorbjorn, we are meeting at Island Life. Could I take this off?
I wouldn't.
He's like thinking,
Well,
because both of the bars were named Island Life that Eagle has made, right?
Yeah, they're both named Island Life.
It's
He's
like a franchise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But he doesn't
He starts
understand.
walking.
So he's just like,
No!
hope the close one, right?
Tordrick thinks about it for a second. Yeah, the close one.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah,
Very wise.
be out in a minute.
Okay. He like backs up slowly and like reaches for the door and eventually is able to kind of clamber out and close it. And it's just just Agnet just like rubbing her temples with the sides of her hands.
Just gonna put on my pants, take my bag and sword, or my club, more of it, and then
Winners get kisses.
I'll just I don't really know what he would say. He would just be like, duty calls.
She gives
walk
like
out.
a slight wave.
Sleep
We're
as
very
long as you want.
nonchalant.
I gotta go to work. Okay, bye.
So good.
She does not move and just like pulls the blanket up higher, and she stays there.
Good.
But it sounds like a lot of you are heading towards island life. Roshan, when you arrive, you are given what looks like a dried up little leaf. Like I said, basically chamomile.
Basically, so it's not chamomile.
It's not chamomile, no.
It's cut with peppermint.
It's coated in peppermint. Listen, I wouldn't fuck with you.
I know.
But he would
Thanks. Yeah, he'll go brew some tea.
All right.
Some real tea. Not the drug tea.
You relax. I'm gonna go upstairs because I assume your friends are gonna barge in, and I'd like to be there when it happens.
Yeah, probably
Understandable.
best.
And he kind of like points at you. Nap. And then he goes upstairs.
He will give him a thumbs up and get some hot water from the bartender who it's too awkward to ask her name at this point.
I just reiterate, I haven't iterated this, but just to make sure, this is not the same one from the other island life.
Oh.
Just to clarify with people. Just to clarify with the team.
Just
So is
to make
this
sure.
Not the same. It is just another.
Okay. So it's not a Nurse Joy situation?
No. But
It's not a Pokemon Center situation either.
But it is a young, attractive woman in the same vein.
Okay.
They are just definitely different women. Just to help y'all out.
Does this one also draw pictures?
She does not. She does not
Okay.
seem to be doing that.
All right. Well, I'll go get hot water from this one.
Oh yeah. You are given water. You are able to brew your tea. Incredibly mild. Basically nothing to it. It is basically like a chamomile.
Okay. He'll go try and get some sleep.
Perfect.
Chamomile sleep.
You can realize now, because you're usually not in here around the time things like open, you realize you can't like hear outside of this room. When you go into the room, it's like you know that there's people upstairs and you should be able to hear like the creak of floorboards, but you don't hear anything. And it is just kind of dark and quiet. There's no windows. And it is a very good place to nap in because it's kind of hard to tell what time it is.
Perfect.
And Roshan is gone for 8 hours, boys. Get him out of here.
Boom!
Upstairs, I'm assuming the gaggle gathers. Was there anything anybody wanted to do before? Like, is there any detours anybody wanted to make?
Like to find my bird and bring it with.
Yes!
You go and stand kind of close, like you go closer to the tree line, and your bird knows one thing, and the bird knows that it'll be fed if it comes to this particular call, and it knows that. She's not an idiot. She knows. So she will show up for food and will allow herself to be transported. If you see her getting antsy, you occasionally have to be like, I have another one. She's like, all right, I can wait. This could be worse. So you are able to go with her. Anybody else? Any detour?
No. Is there well, is Nana around? I want to ask her a question really quick.
I bet you could catch her.
For sure.
What are we going to be talking for like a long time? What's happening? We're gonna figure things out then.
Well, at the very least, we need to ascertain, well, what our next step is at the very least. Don't know exactly how long that'll take, but probably not even most of the morning. Did you have pressing business, Saga?
Well, I didn't eat breakfast, so I was gonna go get something, but I didn't want to mess things up.
Oh.
And I also wanted to stop at the mail, to see, cause Bragi, I sent him a letter.
Oh, of course, of course. Well, I'll tell you what. Either if you want to go ahead and get that out of the way now, or if you'd like to cut out of the deliberations early if it sounds awfully boring, then you've got those two options.
I will say just real quick, a lot of people went off like, Fenn's like, gotta get my bird, and Tordrick's like, gotta go get Gorbjorn.
That's true,
and,
too.
so people have run off at this time to do stuff, so nobody has made like a beeline to island life yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Anna's
just
kind
to
of
put
heading
you in
that
a space
general
and
direction.
Okay, then maybe I'll do that while everyone else is running their errands too.
That's a good idea. Go on then.
Thank you.
Speed, skip.
Shoo.
That's just what I assume is just the mode of transportation now, is just a full speed.
Yeah. Oh, God. I think that, like, once everybody else kind of peels off, Nana might kind of find herself wandering over to the statue of Gulvig for a little while before she makes her way over to island life.
What an interesting place you have gone. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Oh, shit!
I'll talk to you in a minute.
Oh, shit!
Gorbjorn, did you have anything you wanted to do?
I probably sent Tordrick up ahead, being like, "Yeah, I'm behind you." And then when I get out, I go and I just like start rolling around, and I want to sneak around and try to find some people.
Are you looking for anybody in particular, or are you just putting coins in pockets?
I'm looking for Frey Runes people specifically.
Interesting. Roll a perception or an investigation check.
Here, wait. I think I got a good plus for perception. Oh yeah, 21.
Ooh! He may be rolling, but his eyes are used to it. He's a ballerina, head on a swivel.
Amazing.
I'm not exactly sure who you are looking for. You're looking for like underlings of Freyrune and Nadia?
Yeah,
or Freyrune and Nadia?
Well, if I can find them, the better, but I'm gonna be like following their kind of like goons a bit.
God, with that one, I can let you pick between Goons, Gaza, or Freyrun and Nadia. You can find any of them.
Oh, that is. I'm just gonna go with Freyrun then.
All right.
I was really hoping for that nerdy guy that like
Oh, I can give you nerdy guy.
I forget his name.
Hey!
It actually works because you're like, oh, there's Nadia and Freyrun. You see that she is walking with the Jarl, and she is kind of hit on the side by said nerdy guy, who comes over to Freyrun, has a quick conversation with her, and then Freyrun motions him away, and he goes off back towards the tents.
I'm following him.
Yeah. Roll stealth.
11.
What?
What an interesting place.
Oh no!
For I too also have an 11.
Oh.
It seems we are evenly matched.
God.
I'm gonna roll for one more person just to make it interesting.
I roll again.
Oh yeah, much more interesting. You can see that he's walking, and you can tell he knows he's being followed. Like he looks antsy, like he's just like, but like each time you're like, I'm hidden. And he's like, I'm not sure if someone's there, but it feels like someone's there.
It's so Looney Tunes. I love it.
Trying to sell me something.
And he makes a beeline for Freyrun and Nadia's tent. And Gaza happens to be there and makes perfect eye contact with you mid-roll as she watches you move.
I'm gonna stand up perfectly fine, and I wanna walk up to Gaza.
Gaza had been sitting kind of like very bored, whittling at like a piece of wood in front of Freyrun and Nadia's tent. Nerdy guy runs by. She opens her mouth to say something to him. He runs inside and she's like, And then that's when she sees you, and you straighten up and walk over. She stands up, kind of shakes the little bits of wood off of her hand, and she stands and she watches you approach.
Now that I'm in this trap that I made for myself, what do I do?
You idiot!
My own actions.
Ah, my old worst enemy. The consequences of my own actions.
I want to go up to Gaza and say, like, I have gift for Freyrun. And just shake some of my gold bag and just like, can I leave it on table?
I would love you to roll deception. I would love you to roll deception.
Alright, so 16.
Okay. That's not a bad roll. I just want to be sure about this. One moment. Insight. Yeah. Why would you be bringing them a gift?
I had met them during the funeral, and they gave me great advice. They deserve compensation.
You can see she looks off to the side a bit and glances around, and you can tell, just being a fighter, she is clocking who's in the area. She is just checking around. It's just you. What did you want with him?
With who?
The short, fat one. And she motions to the tent where the little nerd guy had run into.
Wasn't paying attention to him.
There's a short fat guy.
He's dumb enough
Did
to
it? I
pull it
didn't
off.
even notice.
He's too small. I look up.
Too short, can't see.
We're spinning too
I have to
fast.
put dwarf on my shoulders to know he arrived.
I don't want to lose him. I know you're lying to me.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what you gain by leaving gold here.
Mhm.
But you may.
I mean, if she wants to hold on to it for a bit.
You can give it to me and I will put it inside the tent.
Oh, it is not gold. It's something inside my bag. And it's secret. Can't give it to you.
Then I guess you're going to have to wait for them to come back.
Fine. And I'm going. Can I? Like, is there a way for me to just be like, oh, I'm gonna just go around the tent and then sneak under it, kind of thing?
God. Roll stealth with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so that's a 17.
Ooh, that's really good. I got a 17 on the dice.
What the fuck, Jillian?
God damn it.
These dice are much better, guys. Thanks.
No
Damn.
more using Ave's dice.
Shout
Damn
out to our beautiful bard
God.
for giving me these beautiful dice that
We
roll much
love
better
you
than
and
the other
your
dice.
wonderful works, but god damn it, stop making our DM kill us.
I feel good about that. She kind of just it's like she counted to 10 in her head, gave you a head start, and then like just walks around the tent and meets you there, basically.
Wow.
I think you got lost.
I go under the tent.
What?
She's gonna make a roll. She just watches it.
I don't know!
You know, some things you don't expect, and here we are.
What are you doing?
You can see her feet next to you, and then you just army crawl under the tent anyways. And a little shocked she doesn't like reach out and grab you. You can hear her footsteps receding, and she walks into the tent. She walks around the front and goes in, and she takes a seat at a small table there, and she doesn't say anything. She just watches you.
I want to activate my wolf eyes and see what the fuck is in this tent shining.
Oh boy, what the fuck is in that tent? I'll get back to you in this chaos.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine.
Let me get back to you in a minute.
Good golly, guys!
Doing casual things. I'm gonna go back to Saga. Saga, what kind of breakfast you getting? The nice stuff. What are you doing for breakfast?
Easy. Well, I'm not sure if everyone else had breakfast or not, so I think I'm just gonna get like a dozen croissants and
Croissants.
yes, and then maybe like some ham or something to put inside of them, because Gorbjorn likes that stuff.
Eat.
And that's probably good. Well, no, I think I'll get a cinnamon bun as well.
Of course.
Yes. And then I'm going to go to the bakery. Not the bakery. I already was there. I'm going to go to the mailroom.
All right. You head. No, take your time, internet. I'm not in a hurry.
I'll slow skip.
You slow down, you skip in a bit. And you make
Just
your way
matrix skipping.
to the mail center, and that's where you get to see the nice old man who helped you with your first letter. Oh, hello
Oh.
there.
Hi. Hi. Do you remember me?
Hard to forget you came here for your first letter. And he smiles.
Yes. And I think it's sent out. I gave it to you. Have I gotten any reply?
Let me have a look. And he turns over and he starts kind of just pushing scrolls around. Saga. And he pulls out a letter.
Wow. Awesome. Let me just okay, this here. Thank you.
And you were presented with a letter from Broggy. Welcome to Saga Reads Letters from Broggy.
Yay!
Oh, no. This
My
is not a
favorite
good segment. No.
Abby's like, I hate this segment. Please stop.
I'm so bad at reading.
got
Oh
a
my god,
letter.
it's so long.
He just got a letter.
You just got a letter. I wonder who it's from.
It's
Okay.
Broggy.
He's back. All right. Oh, let me get this to a good length here. All right. Dear Saga, I'm happy you responded. Your tone comes across as being in high spirits, but the words themselves imply you should be in dire straits. I wish there was something more I could do to help. I am a very long ride from Galunder. I moved from Gardholm, and I am currently traveling south. I find it difficult to stay still. I find a lot of things difficult. But I press on. Lured by the lady's vision, I think I am close to something, whatever that something may be. So much time has passed by. So much time will.
It's fine.
It's okay. Take a deep breath.
So much time will have passed by the time this letter finds you. If you ask it of me, I will come to you in Galunder if you need my assistance, but I cannot promise a swift return. Somehow you come out on top of every situation, and I doubt this one will be any different. You are truly a beacon in the darkness. I wish that I never left your side. I regret it nightly. Oh, that's so cute. If you are crossing the bridge composed of Thor's hammer, you are heading towards me. I shall remain hopeful. Yours always, B.
Oh.
Ooh, wow, ooh, wow. So, I read some of it to the guy.
Just
You just
the highlight reel. The highlight
Yeah.
reel.
Yeah.
The bit about I miss you every day, I'm sure, is one that she shares.
Yes.
Very shareable, not sad at all. Very
This is so lovely. Wow.
yes, he's has a quite whimsical way of writing.
So nice. He's so nice. If you got to meet him, you would also think he's very nice. Wow. I need to tell everybody about this. I can't wait. Oh, I need to write another letter. Oh, I think I need more paper.
You know, another one on the house.
I love it.
And he gives you another piece of paper.
Wow.
I'm
Thank
sure
you.
he feels like he's being paid in gossip.
Yeah, he's just like, I get to hear the letter. It's a whole event. It's
Yeah.
worth it.
I'll take. Oh, I have 12. I could probably. Here. You want a croissant?
Oh,
Adorable.
sure.
Okay, there you go.
He'll
Yep.
take one.
Awesome. Lovely. Thank you. I'm so excited. Wow. I'm gonna go. Goodbye.
Okay. And he waves at you as you jog out, and I'm assuming you're on your way to Island Life now.
Yeah, well, how long if it hasn't been that long, I might just like sit for a little bit. And just be excited. But then
you
I'll
could do that.
okay, I'll do that for a little while. And let Lady Satyr know how pleased I am. And then I'll go in.
Okay. Let's go over to Nana.
Oh boy.
Nana, as you approach, you can see somebody else is in the square near the statue. And the thing is, you haven't really been in this area in the past, like, couple days. None of the events really happened around here. You were pretty distracted around the time of the race, and this area was also very full of people. But there's one person who catches your eye instantly. A figure laying in front of the statue in the same spot that you remember her laying in when she arrived, the seeress.
Oh.
You don't know if she's moved or not.
Oh,
You have
my
not seen her
God.
anywhere else in town. And now we're very unsure if she has just been there
The whole time?
the whole time.
Excuse me. I do hate to interrupt if you are meditating, but, are you all right?
You speak to her and she lays there face down, unmoving. You can roll either perception or insight or medicine, and you have advantage.
Insight, perception, or medicine?
Yeah, whichever one you're feeling, whichever corner of this you want to peek at.
And did you say with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Perception would be my better of those, so I'll take that.
Okay.
21.
Okay. She is breathing.
Okay, that's good.
She is currently alive.
That's good!
Her skin looks very pale. She is cold to the touch.
Okay.
She does not respond, and it seems she has no intention of doing so or moving. She's just laying there at the feet of the statue of Golbeg.
Is this normal for CRSs? I don't know. Oh god. I could get Gothy Runa, or, maybe Tordrect. Nana's just, like, hovering around the CRS, like, doesn't want to touch her in case she's, like, engaged in a spell that's very sensitive, or, like, whatever, but, like, is she okay? Is she, like, conscious at all? Is she...
As you flit around her and you look at her and you don't want to touch her and you look around, you're like, is somebody nearby that can like confirm something for me?
Yeah.
Or you sort of bounce around the area and you hear just like a loud gasp as if somebody had come up from being underwater. And the Seeress just like rips her head back off from the ground. And you can see like a red mark like on her cheek from where she has been, like her face against the ground.
Oh no. Oh. Are you all right? Do you need anything?
And her head is turned away from you and she turns to face you and her eyes are completely glazed over, like misty, milky in tone. And she looks to you, gasping for air. And you hear very softly as she like kind of like leans in and she seems like she's looking past you almost. I don't hear anything. And then her eye, she like blinks and the color comes back to her eyes.
Are you okay? Are you all right?
You can see like the goosebumps that just like now come up on her skin and she kind of like folds her arms. Yes. I am fine. Usually don't feel anything when I am connected.
Certainly. Actually, that's something... The connection. I've never been strongly connected with Golbeg, but was always my understanding that she had as real a presence in our village as any other god in any other town. As a seeress, do you know of any means by which a god might be prevented from speaking?
She looks to you. I need you to roll persuasion.
If this goes bad, can I be walking by with some croissants?
Question, can I be there with croissants?
That might help.
If it
I'm
rolls
sure she's
poorly,
hungry.
we'll see. I'll think about it.
When you wake up from a trance, you gotta carb up.
She's
You
like,
gotta
you need the carb load, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a +0 to persuasion. I told you I can't charisma worth a shit, so that's a 13.
She looks to you and she fidgets. I am very sorry. I have been asked to only give sight to the chiefs and or those who stand in their stead.
I do understand. I do not seek to be improper. I feel that Gulveg is one of the only last connections I have left with my brother, and I have not felt her. And I would do anything to restore her if it were within my power, but I don't know if anything afflicts her. And I don't know how to seek that knowledge. If you cannot tell me, then I do understand, but can you direct me to someone who could?
You can see she thinks and she looks conflicted. I am not sure there's much I can do for you, to be honest. This is a tall ask, and I would need to be much colder and much higher. You are of a sister, you know. Your chief can ask me a question.
Yes.
If she is willing to trade. It takes a lot out of me to answer.
Of course.
Saga, roll luck for me, please.
Okay.
I just love to see if you're there, as she is everywhere.
Oh, well, it's a 6. I don't know.
Sadly, you're not there for that, but you'll probably
That's
catch
okay.
Nana on the backswing. And you
Yeah.
guys
I'm
will
still
meet up
talking
on
to the
the
mailman.
way.
Yeah, makes sense.
But the CRS informs you that there's really only one way you can ask her a question.
Yeah, and that's by way of the chief question, which makes sense. Very well, I do understand. Again, I did not mean any impropriety. Is there anything I can offer you? Do you need water? Food?
No, well, yes, but no. The gods only listen if you suffer. And she pulls what looks like a very like desiccated mushroom out of her bag and pops it directly into her mouth.
Oh dear.
I have to go. And by go, she just instantly puts her face back on the ground.
Oh! Alright then. I should have asked her if she wanted a pillow. Well, I suppose suffering... Oh, that wouldn't work. I don't... Okay. Alright then, thank you. Nana will kind of like give an awkward little bow and just sort of walk away.
Yeah, she's not even looking at you anymore, but you continue just
fine.
trying to do something customary and then quickly turn and go.
Yeah!
And you meet Saga back along the way, but meanwhile, there's some shit happening that we gotta talk about.
Oh boy!
We gotta go back to what we're talking about over here, boys. Which is Gaza casually watching Gorbjorn investigate this tent. She's just sat, crossed her legs, weapon leaning against the table, just this nasty looking glaive. and she just watches you. You do wolf eyes. You can see her eyebrow raise, and you can roll insight.
Natural 20.
Where was that before?
I don't know.
You're sure as hell gonna understand her face right now. She seems, first off, more curious than anything else. She is letting you do this because she just wants to know what you're doing. And she figured that you're not going to tell her, so she's going to watch. And that you're fine doing this in front of her. So she will just sit here and watch. And for the first time, you realize, does something happen with my face when I do wolf eyes? Because you do it and you watch her like react to it. Like she raises an eyebrow. As she's looking at you, and you're like, does something happen with my face? I can't see it when I do this.
Gonna have to do it in a mirror.
I just look really hard, but I didn't know my eyes did anything.
Squinting really hard. She's like, You look around. First off, you can see that there are a few things on Gaza that light up. You can see she has a bracelet on that lights up. You can see there's a rune carved onto the glaive that lights up. The room, oddly enough, not a lot of magic things. You've seen this a couple times where you're like, you think something was maybe either made magically or wow, that was a magical tree and now it's a chair, things like that, where it's like a lot of the fabrics in here have just a slight glow to them and the glow just screams in your head, that's a bougie ass blanket, it's just bougie in your mind. You're like, it's made out of some magical dead tree or something, I don't know. But there is
super
something
comfy
that glows like a magical item, like the things on Gaza. You can see that there is a small chest, and it looks like it has multiple shining containers inside of it. It's like on a nightstand situation, like yay big. And it has multiple glowing vials in it.
She doesn't have like a desk with like papers out or anything?
There is a desk with very organized papers. You could assume maybe like in a drawer, but it just seems to be all very put together.
Could you say with my natural 20 insight, I would know what to steal that could incriminate her in some sort of way?
Oh, shit!
I mean, she's not going to do anything, so I have time to like walk around a bit.
Yeah, she's watching you walk around. You have yet to do anything yet, though. She seems... So you kind of like watch her face as you make your way around the room, like, here? No. Here. You watch for any movement in her face. She's looking at you like this is maybe one of the more insane things that has ever happened. And you make your way to the desk with the papers, and she seems to like, she sits up a bit and like leans forward, just like she's like trying to then focus in on that. But then you take a step towards the area with the chest, and you see a bit of recognition in the eyes of, don't touch that.
So I imagine like the chest and the drawers are kind of like almost near each other kind of thing?
Yeah, they're on the same side of the room. 10.
Okay, so like with one hand, I want to take out a folded piece of paper and something like mysterious in my hand. Like I'll like show it for a blip of a second and then like put it in like clasp it into this hand with like the piece of folded note coming out. And then with my other hand, I want to like sneakily just steal something behind me with sleight of hand.
I will let you, because you are doing a distraction. Very
Amazing.
Cool. I will let you roll advantage on your sleight of hand.
Amazing.
Let me pull Gaza's sheet back up.
Amazing.
What a nightmare world we live in, boys.
Natural 20!
I'm gonna roll. What is yours add up to?
So mine adds up to 23.
Okay, so
Oh
this
my
would
God.
be her perception. She needs to roll a 19. You pull up the piece of paper, you wiggle it around a bit. She looks to the paper. You reach back with your other hand, aggressively try to flip that open, grab this, put it down. And you do it almost so shockingly well to yourself. You're like, oh, I'm great at this. I'm the best.
Oh no.
And you hear her say, all right, put that down. And you see she is looking at the piece of paper.
Oh.
I
Fuck yeah!
I put down the drawing of a wolf and I put the bone caltrap on top of it. I sneakily put that whatever I grabbed into my magical backpack and I walked the fuck out of here.
Good idea.
As she watches you go past,
Woo woo.
and you can hear her rise as you start to leave, but you you make your way out of there, prize in hand.
Nope.
You've done it.
Oh
And all of you make your way to island life, and that is where we are going to take our break.
boy.
Everybody, after a little bit of chaos, we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break. So you guys go get a drink, go drink some water, go grab a snack.
Hydrate before you dihydrate, cultists.
Exactly. We're gonna take just a quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll jump back into it in 10 minutes. See you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Tim.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 53 of On the Backs of Gods.
The rowdiest
Last
one
we
yet.
left off, everybody was getting ready to go have a nice conversation to plan what to do about the possible ghost problem because plan A didn't work. During that time, everybody kind of split off. Saga got a letter. Nana had a conversation with the CRS who could not help her. Fen went and got he bird. And Gorbjorn, to say the words broke in doesn't seem correct, was allowed to break in to Freyroon and Nadia's tent by Gaza. And she watched you and what you did. And you think you got away with stealing something magical off of the nightstand. And currently, everybody is making a beeline back to island life. And when you arrive, it is currently empty. It's starting to be around the time that it opens, but it seems maybe Eagle held it closed a little bit longer. And he is upstairs having a drink, and he's chatting with the barkeep when you all arrive in your pattern of arrival.
I brought food.
Oh, Saga, you're a darling. Thank you.
Just walk in at this moment. Food!
Nana's just kind of like staring off into the void very existentially. She'll get a croissant and kind of like chew on it absentmindedly.
Right. Well, you all are welcome to talk here. You're also welcome to drink here. I will be opening in an hour. And if you like, I can sit casually off to the side, or I can completely fuck off. That's purely up to you.
Honestly, we probably will require some kind of extra magical assistance from you. Based on what we've found out about Freyroon's runes, her tattoos, it seems to me like this might be somewhat out of our depth.
Oh, so the ghost stayed inside her?
Yes.
Yes.
It didn't work.
Yes, Gorbjorn, thanks for coming through for us. We're glad you're there to witness.
Catch it up. Oh.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I did the best I could do.
Oh,
Todrick
no.
looks dejected with his croissant.
Tordrit, you did
all right.
nothing wrong.
It's all right,
Not a
Todrick.
damn thing.
It happens to a lot of guys.
Yeah, not to me. He's sad.
He
He eats his
was
croissant.
wearing extra protection. Couldn't help it.
Eagle's just listening to everyone talk. He's like, uh-huh. Right, well, I'm gonna casually sit at the bar.
That's for the best.
I'll let you chit-chat. But,
Oh.
yes?
Well, since we just was saying that we might need some magical help, do you happen to know somebody who can remove tattoos or magic tattoos, one or both?
So, here, let me go ahead and be as truthful as I physically can about that question.
Mhm.
The answer is yes, and the follow-up to that is not in the way you'd like it to happen.
Oh.
I think I would like that to happen.
Gorbjorn, we
Like
know
Miss Saga.
you would definitely like it to
Miss
have.
Saga specifically.
I
the
wouldn't
thing-
be thrilled about physical harm coming to another chief while they are in my home village.
Oh.
Particularly, if we could avoid it.
I personally think it's avoidable. Just put it something in your wheelhouse. Well, maybe not something in your wheelhouse, but
My houses aren't made of wheels.
damn.
You roll like one. I don't know.
Listen, you all chit chat.
We have real people, not wheelhouses.
Yeah, that's fine. That's very fine.
I'm gonna be over here pre-gaming. So
Yeah.
you guys do what you must.
Really
Eagle's
nice
gonna get a
people.
drink.
All right, so let's condense what we've found out. Saga, you were saying that when Tordrick cast his blessing upon Freyrune, you saw something happen with the tattoos. Say again exactly what you said to me.
Oh, well, just that, the tattoo is like a lock that's preventing us from opening the door to let the ghost out. So we need to unlock the lock.
Okay. And Gorbjorn, did you get... I'm not sure where you've been today. What's up? What have
Oh,
you...
I know where he's been today. And he like gives you like a finger gun.
Ah, I see. Very well.
I was getting this, and I'm just gonna plop it on the table. First time seeing it. What is it?
What is it?
It is a very beautiful vial full of a light blue liquid.
Ooh.
What is it? Where did you find that?
I don't know what it does.
Is it
All right, that's not shocking.
like a mixed drink? Like,
It
or is it a
typically
magic?
bottles like those are for potions and tinctures and the like.
Can I like?
Can I
taste
smell it?
like just put my pinky in and oh.
Mwah.
Yeah, he opens it. Saga,
mwah.
you lean in, start sniffing it. He puts a little on his finger and he tastes it. Both of you experts of the craft. It's very sour, Gorbjorn. The taste of it is just, it's very sour. Saga does not smell sour. It actually smells like, it has the smell of like a fresh breeze. Like if you had to put a candle scent on it. It's just the smell of fresh air.
Fresh breeze by Glade.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
Saga's like, oh, this is from Glade. From the Glade.
From
Yes.
the Glade Potion Makers School.
It's canon now. Thanks, guys.
Hooray.
The Glade Potion Makers, they're here.
Amazing. Amazing.
Eagle is just kind of in the back drinking and just like watching out of the side of his eye, just watching.
Gorbjorn, where did you say you found this?
I didn't.
You didn't find it or you didn't say?
Yes.
Gorbjorn? Are we going to have a talk about common again?
I'm just gonna put this back.
Everyone's gonna be mean about it.
I thought I was
No.
helping, and you
It smells really
yelled
good.
at
I
me.
think it's a good thing. I don't know what the real problem is.
You're the keeper of the coffers for the party, Gorbjorn, and I trust your judgment to get whatever it is that you think the party may need.
Oh, I didn't spend money to get. Oh,
You didn't spend any of the party's money to get this potion, so then...
it was a gift.
A gift?
Yeah.
A 5-finger discount?
Yeah. Oh.
Slowly counting his fingers.
I see. Did anyone see you?
No.
Is he lying?
So, Nana, go ahead and roll insight. Tell me what you have, and then I will talk to Gorbjorn.
Well, I've got a straight 10.
Okay.
Didn't roll well.
So either, Gorbjorn, you can say what she sees on a 10, just baseline, or you can try to contest it.
I want to try to contest it.
Okay.
That's a natural 19.
Okay.
I just like not making eye contact. Just, you're gonna yell at me.
He has
I know that
closed
look.
off. You do not know
Oh.
anything past what he has said.
All right.
So while this is going on, Fen not having much to add to like political machinations or even being concerned whether Gorbjorn stole this, Fen's just like walking around the room and like he walks up next to Egil and puts a dried cricket on the bar and then goes sits on the other side of the room and he like lets Jenny go get it and see if she'll go to where she knows he left the food.
Because it's food motivated. Go ahead and do animal handling with advantage. It's in the background, just kind of blurred in the
Amazing.
distance is Nana yelling at Gorbjorn, who like won't look at her, and there's just a bird flying back and forth
Like when
in the
a dog
foreground.
did something wrong, but he's just like,
If I don't see her.
Oh,
That's a
Gorbjorn.
dirty 20.
Damn.
She like I said, she's food motivated, and Jenny will fly over there and be like, I can pick up food. And she lands next to Eagle, and he's like, ma'am. He takes a sip of his drink, and there's just like a bird hip hopping around next to him. And then if you summon her back with food.
Yeah, I'm trying to call her back. And then the next time I do it, I'm going to like, Nana, put out your hand. And I'm going to I'm going to give one to Nana and then walk to the other side of the room.
Nana's just distractedly holding a hand out while she's having this other conversation.
Jenny, go to Nana. Go to Nana. The idea is I'm trying to like teach her go, come, and like everybody's name. I want her to know people's I want her to associate names and simple commands.
Okay, this is something you can start doing. This is the beginning of this next training step.
Starting to do. Yeah. But that's what Fen's doing while he's listening to everybody else go around and name each other.
Eagle is fully turned now and is just sort of watching fully, like not even out of the corner of his eye, he's just watching. And he gives like a little motion to Saga to come sit next to him.
Okay. I'll walk over. I was just watching everything. Probably kind of like him, and so I'll go sit with him.
And he sits and he watches this bird fly back and forth, and he watches the conversation between Nana and Gorbjorn. And he looks to you, Saga. Is it always like this, or I'm just curious?
Usually Roshan's here and he keeps us on track. But he's sleeping.
That makes sense, and I do not feel obligated to wake him up yet. And he takes a sip of his drink.
He does need the rest.
So, really, once again, as we spoke the other day, I stand by that sentiment that I consider you to be very intelligent. Do you remember what I talked about before I left the Longhouse? You know, the little secret of my current success.
Yes?
Blackmail thing?
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Second. Yeah. I had that was a funny one.
Yeah. I mean it.
Mhm.
From what I'm fucking hearing, Miss Saga, is you think they're full of goddamn ghosts. Have you told them that you think they're full of goddamn ghosts? Have you hung that over their fucking heads? That's astounding. That is the most beautiful piece of blackmail I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
Oh, like to tell them that have the ghosts that they have ghosts? Or tell the other ones?
I would inform them, the ghosts, that
they
you know they are ghosts.
They know they're ghosts.
Oh, I have.
Fed has come over and he pops up.
Yeah.
Eagle's like, oh, okay. And he finishes his drink and he sets it down.
Yeah.
Okay, let me play out a scenario and you just tell me how you feel. So if I came up to you and I know most of y'all's secrets because that's just how this thing has kind of worked out for me. And I'm like, hello, I know your secret. And you weren't very nice to me earlier. And I would love to have a conversation where maybe both of us come out of this with our secrets intact. You might be inclined to talk to me.
I think we've used that before.
I'm just
Have you-
inclined to violence.
Well, they can't do violence in town.
Mm.
Ooh, this is fun. Oh,
Ah!
It's a thought experiment.
Mm.
I know how you all operate, and it is nice to see people who want to get rid of something inherently evil and have it be defeated, and I don't know if that's what's going to happen. It may just come down to compromise. If I were doing this. But I am not.
What of the people that the ghosts are possessing? What of their minds? What of their souls? Condemning two people to just live on as the husks puppeted by some long since dead other person who's no care for their family, their home, their town, their people, their world. They don't
seem
give a
pretty
damn
happy.
about any of us. They seem happy because they've got power. I think that's what they've always wanted.
what if we asked the ghosts if we could talk to them for like a second, and be like, "Hey, are you good?" And then they're like, "Yeah, we're good." And then we just let them do that.
They hate us.
They do. They
But the ghosts hate
expressly-
us.
Yes.
If we tell them that we know that they're ghosts and we could tell other people, wouldn't that incentivize them even more to want us dead?
See, okay. Now you're
There's
thinking.
so many
I
of
like
us, though.
There is Miss Saga. He looks so proud for like a split second. There's so many of you, first and foremost, so many of you, and they are very aware you have allies. If you say maybe your allies happen to know something, one of you drops dead, that notice hits the Jarl's desk so damn fast. And the Jarl doesn't even have to fully believe it, but the idea is implanted. You know? The thought that their ruse could be destroyed, that this power you think that they want so desperately taken.
I could go. I didn't die last time, so I'm sure this time it'll be fine.
I want Gorbjorn so distracted and hard thought he accidentally drinks from the potion.
Oh yes! 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 Oh, my brain.
Oh boy.
Oh
I
no.
love that.
Super useful
boy.
potion we could use later, but we'll see what happens. I bet.
And I will talk to you in a moment about
Oh boy.
You drink this potion very casually. And Eagle is just he just looks once again, it's kind of that giddy smile. He's just like, oh, I'm having a blast. See, if it were me, this is the route I would take, which it is dangerous in the fact that I have an enemy who continues to exist, but it puts us on an even playing field because currently you are not on an even playing field.
That makes sense. I like talking to people. I think this is a good idea. I think making more friends, or trying to make them our friends by making, like, you know how some people are friends just because they have to be? We could do that, and then we have a friend.
Exactly. You are going to be friends by obligation to each other for survival. You both know each other's secrets, and it stays that way. And if anyone drops dead, the jig is up.
Whew. Well,
And I like dancing.
Hell yeah.
well,
He kind of moves his arm,
doesn't it?
drinks, and the barkeep
I need
starts
one.
pouring multiple drinks and
I need
makes
two.
a particular drink for Saga. Very
The crunchy
specifically.
drink.
Because Saga's been here a lot. So she knows what Saga drinks. Whew. Oh man, today's a good day. I'm feeling it.
Oh, and
Doing
congratulations.
something.
Torbjorn, I would love to talk to you about what's happening to you.
Oh no, inside his belly.
Your brain is whirring 100 miles an hour, and you're just like, oh, well. And you drink the potion absentmindedly.
Does he become a genius?
His brain expands.
Dr. Gorbjorn.
And your body's like, you're a little tense. You're thinking real hard. It's a difficult situation. Nana is yelling at you for stealing things and being seen. And then your shoulders relax. Your whole body relaxes, and the whir of your brain calms and slows, but you're still able to think at the speed that it was like aggressively trying to keep up with. But you are calmed aggressively, like to the point you do not think you could rage at this point. You think you are so fully kind of set down into yourself, your brain's so calmed that it is just very middle of the road, relaxed thinking. And he stares into the distance. Yeah, I was trying to think if there's anything it would affect you more greatly with. I'm gonna let you roll Arcana with advantage because you drank it. Just in the back, drinking this potion. It's good shit.
That's a 13.
Okay. You think, wow, if I were in a worse state, this you think would be very helpful.
That's a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
You have a lot of space now.
He's like, oh, but my brain is still thinking so swiftly. Yet I am so relaxed, and I don't have the vein right here on the side of my head.
So strange.
Interesting. Eagle is like passed out drinks to whoever wants it. Whew. It is going to be such a weight off my back. I understand you guys have all been suffering. I truly understand that. But I am relieved to have your problems dealt with. I'm going to be purely honest.
No, yes, I would like to go and go back to my temple.
I would love you to be able to do that. And I have, just to catch you up on my side of things, as I've asked you to not think too hard about said happy married couple who I claimed I would deal with. I have sent them a message, and I assume I will receive a reply shortly. And I think we will get out of this nary a problem.
Well, if we need to, I can try to talk to them as well. I feel like if I do well with the ghosts, who knows? I'm capable of a lot of things. I can talk to everybody.
Of course. I will certainly call upon you if I need the assistance.
All right.
Let's hope not. Let's hope our conversation with them ends after this.
That would be best. Would be preferable.
Eagle,
So-
go ahead. Saga, were you going to say something?
Well, no, I was just gonna start asking what we were up to, but if you wanted to talk about something else, that's okay too. Like, like asking like what we're gonna do now that we know what we're gonna do.
My concern, Eagle, is if we, at the moment, we know where these ghosts are. If we tell them we know their secret, and they feel threatened by that, they may be inclined to leave
No.
and go somewhere else.
They
where
have
they
such
are
nice bodies right
far
now.
from
They
our
don't want to
reach.
leave.
But these sweet bodies. Well, that is a good thought. I can't tell you what they will do, but if Miss Saga is correct about this tattoo situation, they went through a lot of effort. They may give up on it, but that gives you time then.
But
And then
not-
you also don't have to skin a chief.
Not abandoning their bodies necessarily, but they might leave town and still send their agents after us where we have little recourse. When they're here, they're unlikely to act against us, but from the safety of Luminda, they're where they're surrounded by their loyal guards and the like, they may act with more impunity.
They might, if they are fine with their secret being exposed. And that's something you just have to, sometimes you have to risk it. And I'm not saying this is a foolproof plan. Don't get me wrong. This is the non-violent path. This is the get it done quickly path and have time. I'm not saying this is the end of it. I'm saying this is how you get to leave town without being murdered on sight.
At least by one group of assassins.
Exactly. One group of assassins down. You're just going through them.
Thank Golvig for that. I'll need another drink in about 2 seconds.
Course.
Just letting you know.
Today is the day we celebrate.
Wait, maybe we should decide when we're gonna talk to them before we all do the drinking thing. I want to know when we're doing that,
That's
so I can
very
prepare.
true.
Ordrick's hand reaches
of
up and it like
course.
pulls a drink down off the bar.
So, like, if I went over there right now, would that be bad? Or, like,
If we went now, we wouldn't have Roshan with us, and I think it's best that we all do this together.
yeah,
We'll
you're
want
right.
all of us present, I believe.
Oh no, we can't all be there. So then we are not all there, so she doesn't murder us all in one spot.
I'm not entirely sure I'm willing to sit outside the tent again. If they want to hear what any of us have to say, they can hear what all of us have to say.
But, dear, did you not hear what I said about murdering us all in one spot?
We're in
if
fireball range.
Well,
I feel like perhaps we can find some middle ground, some place where we can negotiate.
I think it'd be best if we had someone on our side that had some authority, somebody whose word can be trusted. And Nana, you have a fiance.
That's true.
If it comes to blows between us, if there's more than just a unpleasant words exchanged, then your fiance can attest that we were not the ones that attacked first.
That's true.
That they would be the ones that broke the treaty.
Very much so. And Valda did want to speak with me about something else earlier. I could certainly bring up the fact that we're concerned about the well-being of the Chief of Liminda. Honestly, I think it might be a good idea to bring him full-on into confidence with us on this matter, because if someone important is aware of our suspicions, then immediately, if something goes wrong, he can carry the message to the Jarl. He is a brother.
Allies. Eagle chimes in. Very believable allies. And he sips his drink.
We have to tell more people that they are ghosts before we go in, so that if we all do get murdered all in one spot, then other people know that.
What happened to us?
Or if we find them in crowd and we shout, "They're ghosts," and then we attack.
But that does mean that they know the secret is out, and the whole thing about the blackmail is that the secret doesn't do that.
Yes.
It doesn't go out.
Mail's usually written on white paper.
Well, this is the bad kind, so it's nope. Well.
Are we
Hey
sure
guys,
we
welcome
don't
to
just
On the
want
Backs of Gods.
I that didn't turn out. It's
I'm sure the color of stationery does not matter in terms of blackmail.
Before Saga can be outed as a racist again, let's talk about something else.
Anywho.
Are we sure that this path of compromise is what we want to do? If we have an opportunity while they're here, while the Jarl's Guard and the Ivalda's bunch are in town, we have an opportunity to take these ghosts and destroy them, do we not? Will we ever have an opportunity similar to this again?
That depends on how we play our cards now. Because, right now, yes, we've got them where essentially their hands are tied, but so are ours. If we are not supremely careful about what we do here, then any move we make to expunge these ghosts from these people could be read or cast as an attack upon a chief. And we cannot take that chance. The treaty is hardly dry. We cannot imperil it now. Now, if we do go the way of this blackmail route, as Eagle has suggested, and as Saga seems to think might work well, perhaps we can keep them at bay long enough for us to find some means of meaningfully expunging them from these people. It's obvious we don't have the means in our possession now. Nothing that wouldn't cause them physical harm, nothing that wouldn't mean taking those tattoos off of their flesh, which any attempt at that will not look peaceful.
What about just obscuring the tattoos in some way?
Obscuring?
Causing a destroying the rune, making the rune unreadable or unrecognizable.
How could you do that without maiming the skin?
Paint? Ink? Is there...
There is no ink that will penetrate the skin permanently, save through...
But just obscure the
Stick.
rune. Just obscure the rune until Toldrick's
No.
magic can do its...
Well, like if you cover up your magic runes with clothing, it doesn't change it. So if you covered it up with ink, it'd be the same thing, you know?
I paint my scar, but my scar is still there.
Yes.
I'm...
Good. Oh, that was a very
His
good
brain
point.
is working so smoothly right now.
He's making
Synapses are
connections he
actually
never knew he could.
connecting at this point.
He's like, wow, I
Amazing.
can actually think. This is amazing.
This is like Concerta for barbarians.
I do have concerns, not only for Freyrune and Nadia being inhabited by these ghosts, but these ghosts are elven supremacists who think other races are subservient. What about all of the people of Laminda Field that are going to toil under their rule?
What news do we have so far of what they have done?
We're not sure, but this may go... The suffering that those ghosts do might be wider spread than just occupying those two people's bodies.
It is possible. Eagle, is there any way that we can have eyes on Laminda?
I'm almost offended you don't think I have eyes everywhere.
I didn't want to presume unnecessarily, but I suppose that was folly on my part.
I have eyes on Laminder. Happy to keep eyes there. Mainly because they don't like me very much at this moment. But I will say, I love that you are all interested in, doing the right thing, Mr. Fenn. I appreciate that. And I see your end goal of keeping as many people safe as possible. Y'all ain't gonna keep nobody safe if you're dead. Sometimes, Saga, it's like that, Miss Saga, it's like that conversation we had. Sometimes there is sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes somebody gets hurt, but you have to do it for the greater good.
Yep.
Maybe this is the greater good. It's just evening it out to maybe deal with it later.
That's not sacrifice. Nadia and Freyrune's lives are not...
That is exactly what sacrifice is, Fen.
No, they're not ours to give, to barter with. Those lives are theirs. So that would be... Sacrifice is giving of your own means and your own well-being.
Sacrifice can be anything.
You are all welcome to go die for those two people. I just don't see that going in your favor right now.
And it might do us better to bide our time and find some means of ending this more meaningfully than we have now. Unless you know of some magic that I don't. I cannot fathom a way for us to, as you say, obscure or in other ways affect these runes, save for doing something to the skin on which they are etched. But if we can find some means, some other spell perhaps, on our travels, or maybe... I don't want to seek out another relic necessarily, but if it comes to it, and it sounds as though it might ease suffering for not just Nadia and Freyrun, but for Laminda and for the West, then perhaps it would be a worthwhile thing to look into.
I think if I practiced a lot enough, I probably could do that.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. If I asked Lady Seder and told her what we needed, and that I need to get rid of magic, I am so good at creating too much magic. I'm sure I could get rid of it too. That makes sense.
If you believe it would make sense to Lady Seder, then I believe you, Saga. All right. Fen, I know this doesn't sit well with you, and it doesn't sit particularly well with me either, but we might, well, not just preserve our own lives, but also those of anybody that Freyrun or Nadia might strike out against if we were to act too rashly, too soon, without a means to end the matter. I think that it might be helpful for us to seek out something tailored to this situation, or something that would be a better fit than the means we have now. Saga believes she can find guidance through Lady Seder, and I believe her. Perhaps we should at least give time enough for that. And in the meantime, if we can secure some assurance from Freyrun and Nadia that we will not be pursued at every turn by their men, at least that will be one more group no longer preventing us from leaving town.
Mm-hmm.
Nana, if you think that discretion is the best way to do this, you know that skulking off into the shadows is something I'm fully capable of. And if you think that's the best way to live, then that's what we'll do.
For now.
Yeah, well, if we can't help them unless we have the means to do it, and that's kind of the only means since we don't have anything right now, and the only plan we had failed, and we're just gonna talk and not know what to do. So then, if we just take this and we wait and let it sit, it's a temporary solution that causes small sacrifice. It's not their lives forever. It's just for a few more months, and they've already been sitting like that for a while. So.
I don't relish the thought.
I think it's okay.
But perhaps, if nothing else, if we can assure their freedom, their meaningful freedom, and good lives after, I think that's something worth pursuing, even if it means waiting a while. What do you all think?
I think it's a great idea.
I want to do what I can to help them, and I did what I thought would help, and it doesn't. And I don't want more people to get hurt, and I don't want you guys to get hurt.
Thank you, Tordrict. If anything, I think you and I definitely agree on as little harm as possible being an ideal end goal here.
Aldrich, it's your job to pick us up if we get hurt. Are you just trying to get out of work?
He laughs. I'm always working. And he knocks back his drink.
Of course.
And Eagle stands up. But tonight is a night of celebration. So have a good fucking time tonight. Work in the morning. Besides, I have a question for a CRS later. And he smiles. Miss Saga, would you be interested in helping me get this place ready for a party?
Oh, do you have colorful like fabric and stuff and some glue or pins?
Streamers.
I have colorful fabric. He stands up. All of you are invited. You will tell when the party picks up. Second that sun starts to set, I expect to see you at Island Life, if I am still able to see at the time. And he stands up. Miss Saga?
Yes, you will know when you see the lights.
When you see the lights. And he smiles. Let's do this. And both of you run off to get ready. And with that, we're just going to say a quick goodbye to Abby, who's going to leave us.
Thank you for joining us, Abby. We'll miss
so that
you.
she can slip away and go live her life like a person.
Boo! How dare!
Dare you?
I'm planning a party. Give me a break.
I
that's
have
fair.
planning to do. I need streamers. So we're going to continue, but somebody is slipping out. And we will continue forward because there's a party to be had.
Party!
You see that people do start as the day begins to progress. It seems like everybody is prepping to celebrate the signing of this treaty. Is there anything anybody wanted to do beforehand? And you can also finish up if there's anything else you wanted to say here. But Eagle and Saga walk off to start working.
All right, so the treaty hasn't been signed yet?
The treaty was signed. They're celebrating the signing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Nana was saying that the treaty is hardly yet dry. So it's like, it's brand new. It's very fragile.
Ram Spike and new.
Eagle, who all are you expecting at this soiree?
To be honest, I do not know if I expect any of the chiefs. Oddly enough, not excited about me joining the party. But you just have to show them how great you are, and they will come to appreciate the fact that you're not gothy autumnus. And I think I can do better than gothy autumnus.
Yeah.
I can do a lot better.
Makes sense.
Anything else before I get just knee deep in trying to make this a bash? Perfect. You look so relaxed. And he looks over at Gorbjorn. All right. And he runs off, and you hear Saga like yelling, like, "This fabric!"
Oh my god.
And, he makes his way over that way.
Gorbjorn, you do look a little bit. Are you? Did you drink that potion?
This one is empty. Yes.
Well, you're not dead yet, so that's good. How are you feeling?
Smooth.
All right, that answers one question and leaves me with many, many more. But that's okay.
I feel like we need to get more of this potion. Look at this guy.
Yeah, he looks just totally out of it. Nana kind of like picks up his wrist and kind of drops it to see if it'll just thunk back on the table.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Huh. Are you... You feel okay, though?
Calm as a pond.
He just
Where the
pond in
fuck
his
was
eye.
this potion when we were kids? God.
Technically, you met me as a teen, and
I was a man.
Yeah, I was a man
Okay,
while you
right,
were a
yeah,
teen.
all right,
but we
all
were
right.
the same age.
Sorry, when you were a teenaged man-orc thing and I was a girl, whatever.
I was a wee babe. Not too young. But yeah, you guys are welcome to do what you like or just get ready for a bash.
I suppose we should just get ready for bash. I mean, Nana doesn't even have on her nice, like, comfy clothes. She's just been chunking around in her leather armor this whole time, assuming that, you know, either we're gonna jump into something official or something like a fight.
I've just been trying to look nice.
You know.
Yeah, people are welcome to split off and prepare if they'd like to. Sounds like also there is the conversations with the CRS, which Gorbjorn knows he gets one. So that happens. It is supposed to be like as the sun begins to set. Like that is when people can start going to talk to the CRS. And by people, I mean chiefs or people appointed by chiefs to go talk to her. So
Could Nana talk with Hertha at some point during this time?
yeah.
The only thing that I wanted to accomplish at all this afternoon, besides just working with Bird, is I want to stop by the blacksmith, I guess, and buy 2 sets of caltrops. Just before I forget.
Yeah, I know you have
Commission them.
Yeah, I know you have at least 5 gold in your pocket, so I'll tell you about the sum later, but you were able to put in a request.
All right, thank you.
So that is viable for you. You are able to do that, and you kind of start working with your bird. And if you see anybody you know that walks by, you are welcome to be just kind of like, hold this, that's that person, go get it. And train your bird as you see fit for this beginning to be like names and association. Anybody else you want to go talk to? Hertha, easy to find. She is at her place. When you go inside, she is currently like fixing up her hair because she's gonna go have a good time.
Of course.
Yes, what can I do for you, Nana?
Well, I only wanted to talk for a little minute. Do you need any help with your hair?
Oh no, it's nice to be able to do something for me occasionally and just kind of focus on myself for a few minutes.
Nana's gonna listen for a little second. Like, is Erling like sucking on a pacifier, or is he like? Does it sound like maybe he's napping?
If you listen, you can hear soft humming coming from another room. You think it's Erling is probably with Roshan's mom.
Got it. Okay, that is good. That is good.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I'll keep my voice down then. I wanted to talk with you about something, I guess less concrete than most of the things that we've been discussing of late.
All right.
It's to do with Gulveg and the CRS, and something that I wasn't sure I'd been feeling up until recently. I saw the CRS today in the square. She was laying at the foot of the statue, prone.
Yeah, she's been at that statue for days.
I heard her come to, and I couldn't be sure, but it seemed as though she might have been perceiving the other realm, the other world, the gods, whatever it is she may be able to see. And she said, I don't hear anything. And I did try to ask her if perhaps she had some trouble hearing from Gulveg, and she could not tell me anything. I was not a chief, and so she could not tell me that. But I've been trying to reach out to Gulveg for months. I've never been Gulveg's most devout, but I have tried. And I have felt like I should have been able to feel something, or hear something, or get some sense of her. And there is only a void. Now, I do not want to presume that your question for the CRS would be of less importance than what I would ask. If I had that question given to me, I would know what has become of Golveg. She is our village's god, and I had thought that the ritual to put Ave to rest might help. But I have felt no change. And it seems the CRS cannot either.
She looks at you. Nana, I wasn't going to ask the CRS a damn thing. I have no questions for her. There's nothing I want to know. I don't care what magic has to tell me. I don't. And another thing, you can have it. You are certainly welcome to ask your questions if you are dying for answers, whether what she can give you is the truth or not. But I will end with this. I've never heard Golvig. Not once. I have never heard her.
I will say, like you, I've never heard her, I've never spoken with her. But I tell you, I have heard Saga's Lady Seda. I know there is something of her out there. And if I judge my intuition rightly, it feels to me like Golvig should have been able to do the same. And
Nana,
yes.